Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. It's going to be a really busy day today. We have a couple birthday parties, a tour, we're open later on. Regardless, I have to work on getting breeding schemes together. You know it's about to be breeding season. As a matter of fact, next week, with any luck, we'll have males in with females with a lot of our pythons. Our boas are already breeding. Pretty amazing. Look at this lavender pied, or what they used to call a dreamsicle pied. I think they still call it a dreamsicle pied. It's actually a lavender pied, double recessive mutation. Still one of the pinnacle animals in my opinion. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous animal. Hopefully we'll be able to produce some of these this year. As a matter of fact, we have this girl here who is actually a lavender that is Hereford pied, and that's an absolute ripper too. It's cool to kind of be going through and just looking at animals. And I tell you what, you know, Kelsey did an amazing job getting things together. Mary has done an amazing job of kind of taking over and really getting things organized. We have this GHI Mojave girl. You know, it's a pretty simple mutation, to be honest with you, just a double incomplete dominant, but nevertheless together unbelievably cool. We got some big plans for her. Again, so many amazing animals that we're getting ready to breed. I'm excited. As I've been going through this morning and just kind of looking at animals, I cannot believe how good they look. And that's the whole idea, right? Is it's okay to look even a little bit lean and mean during the summer months. This is a lorry leopard. That's right, the mother to the super lorry leopard. She looks great, and that's what you want to do, is you want that kind of lean and mean kind of look to them when it's earlier in the year, and then when it gets a little bit later in the year, like now, you want to start really beefing them up. I mean, and these animals are definitely getting beefed up. There's no doubt about this. This is just a lemon blash orange dream animal. So again, it's a pastel, it's a pinstripe, and it's an orange dream. I tell you what, we've got some pretty cool orange dream stuff up this year too, and I'm pretty excited about how that whole thing kind of pans out. And again, just going, you know, cage by cage, opening up things like this super Enchi spinner. I mean, just take a look at that thing. That thing is ridiculous. There's so many amazing animals that we're going to be putting together and thinking like, what kind of combinations? This is the exciting time of the year, right? Because you just never know what's going to happen. Look at this extreme gene banana. I mean, wow, you mix that extreme gene in with the banana gene, it's unbelievable. This is a boy that's going to be going with some stuff. It's going to be absolutely insane. There's just so much stuff. I mean, even like this little firefly ghost, you know, it's not like a super exotic animal. It's just a pastel, it's a ghost, and it's a fire. But together, it makes an amazing mutation. This little boy is going to go with a bunch of stuff that's going to be really cool. Of course, we have this albino piebald ball python to hopefully produce some more pie stuff, some albino pie stuff. I've already talked about the dreamsicle stuff. I mean, there is so much cool stuff. I cannot wait to actually start seeing things hook up and then see those follicles grow and eventually get to a point where we hopefully get some eggs here in another 4 or 5 months. It's going to be an amazing breeding season. Look at this banana clown. I remember Mike Wilbanks produced the first banana clown and people were blown away. Now people have even gone further and further, but this male should get some females this year, should produce some more banana clowns, some Enchi banana clowns, some other types of stuff like that. So again, my job for today not only is to do the birthday parties and the tours, but also to get down here, really kind of look at things and start deciding which males are going to go with which females, because by next week, we hope we can do it. So let's just look through a bunch of animals and get over and start a birthday party in a few minutes. And there's not nearly as much to think about when it comes to, like, say, the children's spotted and Stimsons Python. This little monkey's crazy. Whoa! Relax, little buddy. Whoa! What are you doing? Oh my gosh! This is actually a recessive mutation called a Granite spotted python. So again, you know, sometimes I have to decide, you know, what kind of granite do I breed to what? You know, there's some polymorphism, brighter ones, lighter ones, heavier black, and so on like that. So I can start to think about, you know, trying to get some more color, which is the polymorphic side, into a recessive mutation like this Granite spotted python. But for the most part, it's just about really trying to figure out what males and females I want to actually go together in this group. Take, for instance, this Stimsons Python here. This is a female. She has some really great contrast. I absolutely love this. And this would be the male that I think will go really well in the pairing. He's a little bit more washed out and a little bit more sooty, but he's my highest contrast male. So again, you know, I'm just going to be producing Stimsons Pythons, but I might as well be trying to decide which ones I want to put together to try to make the brightest and most beautiful offspring. RJ, what are you doing today? Yep, that's right. RJ sometimes climbs up onto this balcony. So, where are you going, bud? Okay, well, RJ's back in the water. I guess he didn't want me to mess with him. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Even with one arm, he can climb up onto his thing over here and then climb up right onto here. He's such a cool animal. I tell you what, I love him. RJ, you're doing good, buddy. And he has really calmed down a lot. So I think he was going through a phase. Another month or two, I bet you I'll be in there swimming with him just like normal. Well, guys, the time is here. That's right. Today is the last day to get your merch. That's right, Salt and Pepper merch, Salt Life merch, Bad Choice Noah merch. Gotta go to barczykboys.com. We got the Salt Life merch, you know, but I'm not gonna try to diss on my girl Pepper because I love her too. But today is the last day. If you don't get it today, it's gone forever. And if you order today at barczykboys.com, you will get it for Christmas. Great Christmas present. So go ahead, check out barczykboys.com. Link in the description, pin a comment, get yours, and before they're gone forever. And thank you guys for everyone that supports this channel.
Yeah.
Got something to ask you guys. You guys like, you're campfire guys. You know, you like campfires. And
oh my God, campfires.
Yeah.
I love campfires.
Walmart, I want to know what you think about this. Walmart right now, $18.99.
S'mores?
No, logs.
I've heard about this.
You light them on fire, they smell like KFC.
Bam!
What?
I couldn't do it.
Thing or just a bad
This
thing?
is, listen, this is a good thing, but this is a bad thing. Why
thing.
would you want to sit there and tease yourself with chicken smell?
Yeah, why would
okay,
you
we
wanna
didn't get the
smell-
real
I know,
stuff.
No, this is a
Out
bad
camping.
thing.
Did you hear someone died eating it?
What?
They ate one. I
No,
swear to
they
God.
did
And they
not.
poisoned themselves.
There's
I swear
no
to God,
way.
dude.
But
There's a 90%.
listen,
That's
Yeah.
folklore.
Listen,
Yeah, that's-
this is
yeah.
why I think it's a bad idea. Everybody loves the smell of a campfire, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you go to little outdoor activities or whatever you call a bonfire, and you're sitting there, blah blah blah, and you go home, and then you're smelling like chicken.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, would your clothes smell like chicken
Yes,
the
they
next
would.
day or whatever?
Yes, they would.
I couldn't do it. I'd just rather the chicken.
But you know,
very
that's how
clever.
urban legends start, right? People
Yeah.
watch you, and now so everyone's gonna be like, "Did you know someone died?"
Yeah,
from eating
someone
one?"
ate it and died.
They did.
Urban
They
legend,
did
dude.
eat it
I'm gonna
and
Google
died.
it right now.
Yeah,
They
Google
did.
it right now because
No.
I don't think it happened.
It's
I have a pretty good
Yep,
feeling.
they
this is
said-
urban
there.
legend.
Yep.
It says
what's the world record for chicken nuggets? 150 McDonald's chicken nuggets, dude. I'm about to beat the world record. That's nothing. But anyways,
So the consensus,
Yes.
good, yes, good.
he died.
it's good. I think it's funny. I heard last year they sold out like bam,
Oh,
but
this
they
was last year?
well
It just
they
came
did this last year and
Promotion.
they probably made like 20 of them and they were gone in a second. But now it was such a big hit.
Probably made more than 20.
A chicken log.
There's specific projects that are really exciting as well. Take, for instance, the ghost, or what they call a hypo, same type of thing as a recessive mutation. That's basically just lacking melanin. And this would be considered just a normal ghost type of thing. We actually gave our entire ghost group a year off last year because we had some males coming up we wanted to breed this year. So it's pretty exciting to get back into this. And again, there's lots of little subtleties that you can work on. Again, recessive mutation there, but then you add just a ghost and a fire, which is an incomplete dominant mutation. It just lightens it up, brightens it up a little bit. Again, we can get this into other mutations like pastel and produce, you know, some firefly ghosts are going to be really amazing. And these females with that year off have really kind of popped and gone crazy. They look so good. This is actually a pastel ghost, which is the pastel incomplete dominant bred to a recessive ghost. And again, just changes those color palettes just slightly enough, and we can start to get these into multiple gene male ghosts and produce some really crazy stuff. This is actually a pinstripe ghost. And again, now we're starting to talk about pattern mutations with the recessive mutation as well. Again, really cool. All kinds of options that we got there that we can get stuff into. And then here's one step further. This is actually a spider and a pinstripe called a spinner, and then it's into the ghost or hypogene. And look at how crazy that looks. It's again, guys, I'm starting to really get excited about this breeding season. I think the fact that Mary's taking over and I can be more involved than I have because Kelsey pretty much ran the ship the last couple of years, it's going to be awesome. But don't get me wrong, Mary really is going to do the majority of the work, and she's going to get all the accolades for having the success that I know we're going to have this year. Hopefully in about 4 or 5 days I'll have the breeding creams done. We need to rearrange. I'm thinking we feed them and then the next day start to breed them. Now what you're going to find out is that again, if males start to breed, you're going to see females get really hungry. So they're going to eat a lot. Give them as much food as you possibly can. Now on the flip side, this is what you have to stay on top of, is that males will oftentimes start to feed heavily when you first start breeding, but will eventually go off food. Sometimes that's 3 weeks, sometimes it's 3 months. From the time that the males go off the food, we probably only have about 8 to 10 weeks of breeding and we need to shelf that male. Because if you keep breeding a male over 8 or 10 weeks that's not feeding, he just wears out too much energy and he'll ultimately get too thin and could potentially perish. So it's almost like you have to keep track. If a male's eating good, keep breeding. As soon as he stops feeding, we mark that, and we have about 8 to 10 weeks of keeping on going with it. So it's kind of a tricky thing. 2 birthday parties back to back over at the Reptarium, so let's go over there and just crush them out. wrapped up the second birthday party. It was bonkers, the whole thing, but it was absolutely incredible. Two groups of kids that were really, really fun. So one more tour, and that's it for the day. But for now, let's head over to BHB. Interestingly enough, it's not just pythons that breed during the winter months. Most colubrids breed in the spring and are actually brewmating, but when it comes to indigos and kuribohs, and there's a handful of other things like mangrove snakes, they'll literally breed during the winter months. So these guys are cooling down more like a boa or a python, just with a minor cool down. Because again, these are Central Americans, so it doesn't ever get cool. They don't come from high elevation, so it's pretty much just a little dip in temperature. And we do the same thing with the food cycle. But Rico here, oh Rico, where are you going, buddy? Rico, my big Blacktail Kuriboh here, hopefully will be a daddy this year. Last year we saw him breed, but unfortunately his girl laid infertile eggs. So hopefully this year we're going to do things a little different, get him in a little bit earlier. Hopefully we'll get some success this year. But I am excited to hopefully produce some Blacktail Kuribohs. Never produced any dry mark on at all in my entire career, so this would be a huge accomplishment. And I tell you what, he is a movie little bugger here, but he is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, what do we got going on here? Some photography?
Oh, you know it, man. So actually the 5K winner, Abby, picked Perdita as her picture. So I'm taking pictures right now so we can get it sent out to her as soon as possible. Isn't it crazy?
And what's the deal? We're got to take a picture and then sign it?
Yeah. It's looking great. So we're going to snap this photo real quick. And that's it. Ooh. We're all done.
All right.
Cool. So yeah, we'll go to the photo center, get it printed out, and then come back here. You and I are going to sign it, and then it'll be shipped out, and she'll get it within the next week or two.
Awesome. Good job, Perdita. This is actually an albino Kunis or island rat. One of the cooler colubrids that I keep, and I don't show it off nearly enough because it's so wild. The thing that's interesting about this is it's a Climacophora, which is actually a subspecies of a Japanese rat snake. So these guys actually come from an island off of Japanese called Kunis, obviously. And there's actually a little population of albinos on that island, but the Japanese would actually worship them. And there was actually some temples that actually had the albino Kunis island rat snakes in, and they thought that they were actually some sort of god. So for a long time they were over in Japan, but you couldn't get them here. And over the years, maybe 10, 15 years ago, a handful of them came into the country, and you really don't see many of them at all. I only have a male. I'm raising up a couple normal Kunis females that are really cool because they're kind of a greenish color, but sometimes even have a bluish tint. So they're really cool animals in their own right. But the albinos are wild, and those big old eyes are super cool. So definitely need to show this guy more because it's a cool animal. What is a Bob Ross party? I don't even know what it is.
You put in Bob Ross and you follow the whole tutorial. Everyone
that's
yeah, like
smart
we follow.
idea.
Yeah, like we'll have all
It's
our
really
names
fun.
and we follow.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
No
that is
mistakes.
so cool. Let's do that.
I think
Seriously.
that's
Yeah,
a
I
good
think
idea.
that's a good
It's a great idea.
You know him.
I wanted to do it for my
I'd be proud.
video.
Do it on your channel.
I want to do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Sub to Noah. Make sure you sub to Noah. Bob Ross party.
that'd be so fun.
25 days of Bob Ross party. The whole
Oh
month.
my god, that would be crazy.
All right, so my tour is in the house. How you guys doing? And you said Steve and Hannah?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and where are you guys from?
Kansas.
What part of Kansas?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Okay, I see. Well, Chief, I see the hat. So, all right, good. So let's get started. All right, let's do it. Definitely a wild day, and now we are open at the Reptarium, which is going to be awesome. So I'm going to spend some time with these folks just looking at some cool animals. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and click that video right over there. Entire playlist over here. On this side, you can hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, can you turn those post notifications on? Have a wonderful day. Be kind to someone. I promise I'll see you guys tomorrow.